This is a video tutorial on how to cut your own Buckstitch lace, and I'll just kind of take you through the steps on how I bevel my lace and prepare it for buckstitching a belt, or sometimes even on a saddle I'll buckstitch the wear leathers onto a saddle. So there's many uses you can use for a buckstitch. I know you can buy buckstitch on the market, but if you kind of want to really do it custom and maybe have a little fatter lace, you can cut your own. So here we go. We'll do a tutorial on buckstitching and buckstitching lace. Today I'd like to show you how I cut strings and bevel them and make my own buckstitch lace. And I'll show you a close-up here of a sample of some buckstitching I did. This is a latigo type lace that I've beveled and conditioned so it will work properly. And the tools that I use are these old diamond shaped what I call buckstitching awls. And the knife on the left is the Leathercraft knife with the straight blade in it. And over here is a C.S. Osborne draw gauge. This is a solid steel draw gauge that I purchased on eBay. I looked and looked and found one I liked, and kind of reconditioned it a little bit. And in this area right here I had to belt sand it a little bit so it would cut my lace straight. But you can find a lot of these tools on eBay, and you just have to kind of comb through the different auctions there and see if you can find a buckstitching awl like that that's diamond shaped. Let's get down here to a little bit closer view here, and maybe you can see kind of the shape of that. That's the fat one, and then here's the one that really works good. It's a little bit skinnier. I just used the tip mainly, probably down to about this far, to do the buckstitching. Okay, with my draw gauge I'm going to cut a string here. That I have my gauge set on the inside of the 1/4 inch mark, so it'll be a narrow 1/4 inch string. For the project that I'm making at this time, which is a hand tool belt, my customer wants it buckstitched. So I like to do custom buckstitch and make my own. There's other uses for buckstitching. You can use it on custom made saddles to lace the wear leathers and other parts of your saddle if you would like to really make it a handmade item. Just take it slow and easy and cut your strings, and you'll get the feel of it after a little while on how to pull out and down a little bit on the string that you're cutting. So next we'll put a bevel on the buckstitch lace. Okay, next I've got my lace down in the sink in water, in pretty warm, almost hot water, so that string will kind of soak up some moisture there. And now I'll take it out, and I've got one more process I'd like to show to you. On the corner of my workbench here, I've got a hook that's in the leg of the bench. Then I have this piece of leather here with different size holes, and what I do is I put a sharp point on my lace there, and what I do is I find a tight hole and I pull. Oh, I've got that. Okay. What I do is I pull that string through there, and that softens or limbers that up. It helps if your string is softened up before you put a bevel on it. So this is a little tip on how to soften your lace leather string up. Okay, I've got my string on the bench top here, and I kind of work off of this one corner right here. I'll come down here. There's my sharpening stones, black hard, and then that's a Washita, I believe, and then they're just a heavy duty coarse rock. Okay, right here on this corner is where I set in my blade, and I'll show you how to bevel the lace at this time. I've got the end of the string, it's sharpened off, and then I take my knife and stick it in a hole that I've been using, and I pull my lace. Okay, I'll bury the point of this straight blade in this piece of leather that I've got on the corner of the bench, and what I do is pull the lace very slowly, and with that blade set in there at an angle, it puts a nice bevel on the lace leather string. See, my finger's kind of covering up what I'm doing here, but I have to use my finger as a guide. You'll just learn how to like stick your finger down on the tabletop. You're actually kind of on the blade, but it should not cut you. Then you can just pull, and once you do a lot of this lace like this, you'll get where you can just really pull it through there. The process of softening the leather up by wetting it in warm or hot water and then pulling it through the hole really helps. Okay, I've got one side of the lace beveled, and then now I'm going to do the other side. And then the more you do of this, the more you'll develop a feel, and you can really pull your lace through there fairly fast. I like to use the Beveling paste saddle soap to really work these fibers and make them slick, and that's another little trick. You can use either the white or the yellow paste. Once you get your lace leather string beveled, the Beveling saddle soap, this happens to be the yellow paste. I have a piece of sheepskin in here, but I'll really slick this string up with that, and that helps your string to slide through your leather very easy, or a lot easier than it would being rough like this. If you slick it up, it buck stitches a lot better. Okay, that might just conclude this tutorial. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, let me know. And if you have any questions about this video, I'll try to answer them for you on how to make your own buck stitching lace. Have fun with your leathercraft.